Now, the Australian, the Sydney Morning Herald and the Fin Review, the splash is a cracker, and it relates, of course, to the PM shouldering arms to China. That's the headline on the front page of the Oz. Biggest strategic shift in decades. Anti-ballistic missiles shield to be deployed, and a 10-year plan to cost $270 billion. Australia will deploy an anti-ballistic missile defence shield for the first time, as well as land, sea and air-based long-range and hypersonic strike missiles to project military power to the region and defend against adversaries seeking to launch attacks from targets such as the South China Sea. In the most significant shift in the nation's military posture in decades, Scott Morrison on Wednesday will announce a $270 billion 10-year defence plan, including lethal naval and air warfare capability, as well as the first land-based long-range missile defence systems. Now, of course, the Sydney Morning Herald has the same splash: stealth missiles up ante in Pacific, and the same splash on the front of the Fin: new missiles for defence. Ollie, I think what that demonstrates categorically is that the Australian government are obviously concerned about the ramped-up rhetoric that we're seeing from China, the hairy-chested, bullying, adversarial way in which China has been carrying on both in trade and in cyber warfare, and of course the fact that they don't want to come clean on exactly what happened in Wuhan in January. So this is a significant defensive move.
Huge, and it is more than the 2% of GDP that was predicted back in 2013 of what the Australian government will spend on defence. So certainly propping up our position within the region, which is extraordinarily important. And it also sends a very clear message to our neighbours as well, Gleeson, for the position that Australia puts itself within the South Pacific. And it's something that has been under threat, and we've discussed now for some time in regards to the influence that the Chinese Communist government wants to have on the Pacific Islands. So this just sends, as you say, a little reminder to our Pacific neighbours as well that Australia means business, that we want to cement our spot within the South Pacific. But also the twin announcements from today being that money that is allocated towards cyber security and the employment of an additional 500 spies to see what is exactly going on online. And now this announcement that'll be made tomorrow now by the Prime Minister Scott Morrison and the Defence Minister Linda Reynolds will be very, very important for positioning the country in the South Pacific and the regional power that we will continue to display here. It just sends that clear message as well to, as I say, not only our neighbours. It sends that message there to the Chinese government. It also just reinforces to our allies as well, Gleeson, that we are serious about the positioning of the country here in this part of the world.